Okay, so the Ninja Turtles series has been around for a while, like since the 80s. And even though it was really popular back then, it seemed like within the past couple of years, it has been more popular than it's ever been. And the reason I say that is because along with the release of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge from last year, 2022, the Cowabunga Collection, which also came out not too long ago. I believe the game came out like in 2022 as well. That game actually just reached 1 mil in sales, or it surpassed 1 million in sales. That's an impressive milestone considering the fact that Shredder's Revenge has done the same thing as well. And it's cool because a lot of people feel like this is probably a good sign for like 2D beat 'em up games, because we saw how successful Streets of Rage 4 was in 2020. And honestly, this tells me that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles series has managed to stay relevant within the past like decade or so, because you look at like the teens decade, for the most part, you had the Ninja Turtles animated series that was on Nickelodeon from, I believe, 2012 to like 2017. And even though it's not as good as like the original animated series, depending on who you ask, it still managed to keep the series somewhat relevant. And I wouldn't say that necessarily was something that maybe hardcore fans of the series loved or anything like that, but at the same time, it was something that kids of this generation could easily get into. Now, as far as whether or not Shredder's Revenge deserves a sequel, absolutely. I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon, because the game just came out, and the Cowabunga Collection basically shows everyone how popular like those games were back in the day, and it basically like the amount of success it had like recently within the past like year or so lets you know that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is still an attraction to this day. And I do feel that we're most likely going to get better games sometime in the future. I know we're supposed to be getting a new Ninja Turtles movie sometime later this year. If not this year, next year. It's going to be directed by Jeff Rowe and Kyler Spears. It's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. And I don't know, the visual presentation looks kind of strange, but at the same time, I'm pretty sure it's something that a lot of people are they will probably be willing to give it a chance. It's supposed to be in theaters like this upcoming summer on, I believe, August 4th, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, man, I think the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles series is more popular than it's ever been. And I do have a feeling that we're most likely going to get more beat 'em up games a little bit later down the line. I know we're always going to get Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies and stuff like that. I don't know if we're ever going to get another animated series like we did back in the teens decade, but at the same time, I feel like maybe Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was probably one of the best things that Nickelodeon had going for it, like during the teens decade, because everyone knows that for the most part, Nickelodeon's been falling apart since like the late 2000s, to my knowledge. And I don't know, when it comes to games like in the 2000s, we didn't get too many like big Ninja Turtle games that were hits or anything like that, because a lot of it goes unnoticed, and I doubt that we'll be getting a Ninja Turtle video game collection of any titles that came out in the 2000s anytime in the future. But yeah, man, I think the animated series from the 2000s, the Ninja Turtles animated series from that decade, is one that is underrated. I wouldn't say it was as good as the original, but some people would go on record and say that it was better than what we got during the teens decade, which started back in 2012. But everybody has their own respective opinion on that matter. But the games in the Cowabunga Collection are all classics. And if you haven't picked it up already, be sure to check it out while it's still in retail. And honestly, let's pray and hope that sometime in the future we get a follow-up to Shredder's Revenge sometime pretty soon.